Welcome. Quick video to you about the upcoming vote on our CC&Rs, which opens July 1st. I'm Bob Bement, your board president of the Forest Highlands Association Board of Directors. And
I'm Mike Dowse, a new board member this year and chair of the Strategic Planning Committee.
I also may mention that one of the strongest leaders here in the community. And so proud to have Mike leading the Strategic Planning Committee. But back to the CC&R vote. What we're asking people to support, the board and the Strategic Planning Committee asking people to support is a yes vote on changing the voting criteria on the CC&Rs. And it changes the voting criteria to 50% plus one have to vote. And of those that vote, at least 50% have to say yes or 50% say no. It doesn't change our ability to do assessments. It doesn't change our ability to change rules. All this does is change the voting criteria. If we want to change the CC&Rs, and we do because they are so outdated, then that will come later in another proposal or maybe multiple proposals where you get to vote on it. And when you vote on that, it would be the 50.1 and the 50% approving it. And so you may ask, why are we so focused on the CC&Rs? And my easy answer is, these are our foundational documents. And if we're going to be the top-rated club in the Southwest, our documents have to be much better than they are. The CC&Rs haven't been revised as a whole since 2000, and they're outdated. They refer to the meadow as the annex. And so we need to change them. And we feel like we're the board that's going to help lead this change and bring us into the 21st century. Mike, your thoughts?
Well, thanks, Bob. And I may repeat some of the comments Bob had, but as I joined the board this year, I really looked at it and say, hey, as a board, what are we responsible for? And to me, there's really three areas. It's the governance of the daily operations of the club. That's working with Doug and his team to make sure things are safe, we're Firewise compliant, the staff is doing what we ask them to do, and it's just a wonderful place. We're our paradise in the pines. Secondly is our financial well-being. As a board, it's super important that we assure the club is financially healthy today and financially healthy into the future. We have an excellent finance committee that is doing that. The third area is governance. Yeah. Little more boring, a little more in the weeds, but we have a legal obligation as a board and as fellow members to assure our documents are current and legally viable. And as Bob mentioned, they're 25 years old. You mentioned the meadow as an annex. It also mentions our developer, who's no longer here.
Right.
It mentions condominiums. We don't want condominiums. There's no condominiums here. Right. So today, we need 450 members to approve assessments. We need 450 members to approve a new board member. But to change our legal documents, we need 601 members to approve it. We can barely get to the 450 threshold when it comes to board members or assessments if that were to ever be the case. So with this change, it would become similar to our bylaws and our voting for board directors. If we were to change our legal documents in the future, it would only be 450 votes instead of the 601 votes. And as a board, what we're recommending and asking the membership to support is to get that threshold equal to our bylaws and our board of director voting.
So as the board and as the Strategic Planning Committee, we ask you to support us and vote yes on changing our CC&Rs. Thank you.
Thank you.